Yeah, it's funny. There was I came out of the store the other day and some 12-year-old kid rode by on his bicycle and he said, "You're the mayor, ain't it?" And I was just like, okay. I said, this is a good thing. Here's a kid who probably never looked at politics before, and he knows that I am running for the mayor of London. So he probably knows something about me. I do feel like we're engaging people more than ever and trying to bring them along the journey. I think the last year, Simon, made people really think, wait a second, our leaders, they control our finances, they control our businesses, our health, our children's education. Maybe we should start paying a little more attention. And also, I think they're questioning some of their previous media outlets and some of the parties. They're all gatekeepers, really, whether it's a newspaper, a party, it's something from an old school way of doing things that got you to make certain decisions. But we all know we're going more digital, more direct to people. So yeah, I think we can happen. And you're right. I've been campaigning now for over 6 months. Can you believe that? I mean, there's now 20 candidates that are ready to be voted for mayor, but some of these people just showed up a few weeks ago. I mean, we launched October 14th of last year. So, and the bus has been on the road since January. And being on that bus is crazy. We logged, I think, almost 4,500 miles on that bus now. Every single borough of London twice. It's madness. I've had probably over 1,000 conversations with people. I put mostly of them on YouTube. I usually record them with an iPhone. And people love that stuff. Now, of all my social media posts, the ones that people love the most, Simon, is when I literally have a phone in my hand, or one of my team does, and they're sticking it while I have a real conversation with someone. And we post the straight thing to there. People they don't like the fancy videos with the cool music. They just like it real. And I think because they say that could be me, and I can see someone who's speaking, from the heart, or at least real in person. So
it's genuine real life stuff rather than politics.
Yeah.
That's what people like.
I honestly looked at some of the recent things that have come out from some of the candidates, and I just thought, man, this is the leader of London with an 18 billion pound budget, Simon, that's going to be making important decisions about our police, our transport, our businesses, and it's going to be influencing a lot of other things of what happens with the city. And that what I see is just a bunch of jokers. I see a bunch of jokers. The BBC had a quote unquote debate the other night. At first I was insulted. They only invited two candidates, the current mayor and the conservative guy. But then I watched them bicker back and forth for 30 minutes. And I said, wait a second, I've seen this every month at the Greater London Assembly. They've been doing it for 5 years. It's the same argument. It's like an old married couple. And guess what? The taxpayer pays for that argument every single month, because we paid both of their salaries for the last 5 years. In addition to a bunch of the other candidates, we pay for your salary. And so it's a show. It's a sideshow. It's almost like a farce. And then nothing happens. So it's a little frustrating, but also encouraging if people can just connect with what we're saying.
They are, I think, for sure. It's no one watches the BBC now anyway.
I think you're right.
It's irrelevant,
Yeah, I think you're right. And again, I think that when the mayor published that he was finally running, and announced his thing, I think the exact press release showed up on the BBC News site, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, wow, so much for even a version that this is going to be an independent news network. So yeah, it's been fascinating. It's been a great journey for me, to say the least. But I do know that this will be the hardest job I ever have, for sure, because getting in there and doing the work is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done. But it's also the most important thing I've ever done. And so I've had this conversation with myself on long walks, Simon. It's like, you know what? Is this really what you want? But we always know the hardest job is the one that you should take, because it's going to give you the most growth. It's going to make the most impact. It's the right thing to do. So I keep thinking, I'm pulled to this. This is the job I must do, as opposed to the job I can do. So we're going all in. We got 17 days left. And we're still blasting. We are getting a lot of pickup from media for what it's worth, which is great. We're still challenging for debates. I really doubt the current mayor will debate me, but we've been pushing for that for about 3 months. Lately, I've been challenging him to swimming competitions, breakdancing competitions, Ironman competitions, anything he wants, really. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe arm wrestling. You've missed off arm wrestling. I think you'd be well in there.
Maybe arm wrestling, but yeah.
Kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, anything.
something. I don't know, anything. But yeah, I just, I honestly think he's probably just trying to hole up in the office and trying to see if the PR can win this for him. So
He's just
it's,
hiding. He's
yeah.
hiding because he knows he hasn't got anything, and he's just hoping against hope that people will vote for him because they've always voted Labour. That's it. He's got nothing to offer.
All right. So you're forecasting a big upset on May 6th. Is that it?
Huge upset. It will be a huge upset as well. Yeah, and then a big party.